Don Weeks with ED506 News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled class with breaking news out of Stafford County. The Fredericksburg Freelance Star reports that Virginia's Secretary of Education, Atif Carney, just told Stafford County School Superintendent Dr. Scott Kisner that he would like to see a move away from the standardized testing model, which he called toxic, and that he wants to eventually see project-based assessments not only supplementing but replacing standardized tests. Experiential learning or project-based learning is where teachers take students out of the classroom where they become active learners in their local communities. Moving away from standardized testing and towards experiential learning is just what Stafford County schools need to do to bring education into the 21st century. Now, let's go to field reporter Rachel Crow, who will shed some light on what the research tells us about experiential learning. Rachel?
Thank you, Dawn. Recent studies have shown that experiential learning for elementary-age students has a whole host of benefits. According to the data, experiential learning prepares students for higher education and joining the workforce. What parent can't get on board with that? The research also shows that education is more efficient when using the experiential learning model because teachers spend less time trying to engage uninterested students. Teachers who utilize experiential learning in their classrooms significantly increase their chances that their students will leave lessons with skills that support academic, social, and behavioral growth. Now back to you, Dawn.
Thank you, Rachel. Field reporter Emily Sherman will now report on a prototype lesson plan that has been developed around experiential learning. What have you got for us, Emily?
Thank you, Dawn. It's true. Moving towards experiential learning is beneficial in many ways in all subjects and for all grades. But today, we're going to be looking at some examples that can be taught in 5th grade science classes. To begin, pass around small blocks of wood that represent each state of matter. These little blocks of wood are going to be represented in the liquid, solid, and gas phases. So right here is 27 of those blocks glued together to represent a solid. Next, we have 27 of the little blocks in the container that represent a liquid. To represent a gas, simply put on the top of the container and give it a shake. Next, we're going to have students act out how molecules are acting in each state of matter. When the students are representing a solid, they should be placed together and clustered in the middle of the room. They shouldn't be moving much and they should be standing as close together as they can get. This will represent a solid. To represent a liquid, students should be connected, like holding hands or linking arms, and moving around the room freely. Next, to represent a gas, students shouldn't be touching at all, and they can run around the room in whatever direction they want to. Last, we're going to be teaching students the effective temperature on moving between different states of matter. To do this, we are going to be making ice cream. With the appropriate materials and adult supervision, students get to experience mixing ingredients together, manipulating temperatures, and seeing solutions change from a liquid to a solid right in front of them. To top it all off, they end with a delicious treat and a memorable experience. Thanks, Dawn. Back to you.
Get ready, 5th graders. Exciting times ahead. Speaking of exciting times, earlier this week, field reporter Natalee Rombo and myself spent time at a local school with 5th graders.
Yes, the students demonstrated part of the lesson plan that Emily talked about.
Let's take a look. Using simple ingredients and directions they can easily follow themselves, a group of 6 students got up close and personal with science.
It's freezing the liquid so it gets harder, so it turns into a solid. The salt ice is absorbing heat.
Making ice cream perfectly demonstrated the different states of matter because the students combined liquid ingredients to eventually create a solid. Although they hit a few speed bumps, students got creative in their problem-solving skills and exercised deductive reasoning.
Chocolate is freezing better than the vanilla ice cream.
I don't know why. You guys, it's like, you might be surprised.
Different ingredients, probably. Maybe the chocolate milk is freezing better.
Not only was this a tasty science lesson, but students got to practice their math skills too.
1.5 teaspoons.
So you got a half and a half makes what?
A whole.
All right, so if I need 2 wholes, how many halves do I need?
4.
Very good.
Overall, students had nothing but positive things to say about their hands-on learning experience.
When it's like
Okay, I'm not gonna say that.
It's fun. I feel like people listen more, but and this is more fun, as you can tell. With ice cream.
My skin's still salty.
And because this is fun, and it's easier to pay attention because you want to, and because it's interesting.
Any 5th grade science teacher is able to use this prototype right away in their classroom. A tasty treat that gets all students excited about learning. Now, back to our newsroom.
Well, UMW, there you have it. Experiential learning is one way to take education into the 21st century.
Students and teachers can create classrooms anywhere that challenge students' thinking, provide real-world experiences, build problem-solving skills, and foster critical thinking. We just witnessed how learning can be applied outside of our classroom for the future. Tune in tomorrow night for more exciting education news. Good night. Good night.
I love science.
Wait, would self do?